Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Surf Pro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Well, you can't ask for much more. The North Dakota High School football showdown with the top team of the East meets the top team of the West. Tonight they do it at Fargo Davies High School here in the beautiful Fargo, North Dakota on a rainy Friday night underneath the lights. Welcome into the presentation of North Dakota High School football tonight on the PSP Network. It is our Shields pregame show. Joined by Mr. Dave Wilson, I'm Nick Holberg on the call here tonight between number 5 Minot, number 1 Davies here, week number 5. And this matchup couldn't be much bigger, Dave, when we come into this portion of the season about halfway through, and you got a top 5 ranking in a matchup here tonight. How big is tonight for both of these teams?
Well, they can come into a situation like this, and I mean, really with the statewide league the way it is this year, I mean, and with the with the way that the playoffs are seeded, just to play a big game like this in the middle of the season, I mean, it's almost, I guess technically not a league game, but I mean, you're kind of playing a league game because when the votes come in at the end of the season, what happens in this football game tonight will have a big say in how the playoffs are ranked when we get into, October and November.
QRF is such an important factor now in North Dakota AA football. That QRF, the rankings have come out. The first QRF of the season, it's West Fargo Cheyenne number 1, Minot number 2, Davies and Mandan at number 3. The QRF will play that factor, as you talked about, Dave, and you look at the standings where they sit right now in the East region and the West. Let's start with the Davies Eagles. 3-1 in the East, 3-1 overall, 2-0 in the East. Their only loss on the year came to Mandan. Minot High currently sits at 3-1 overall and in the West region. Their only loss on the year came to Legacy. Tonight, the Magi travel across the state for the showdown. Let's talk about the weather now here on the Shields pregame show just a bit. Under the lights, we've got a little bit of rain. This turf field is going to be sloppy a bit here tonight. Sloppy is probably not the right word for turf, but it's wet out there. How much of a factor is that here tonight?
Well, I was thinking about that today, Nick, when we got some rain here into the Fargo area. And, I mean, these kids are really lucky now to be playing on surfaces like they are. I mean, a lot of these fields have the drain tile underneath them. If this was a grass field, we'd have a really sloppy track tonight. And, I mean, it's wet out there, so, it'll be a little bit sloppy. But with that drain tile that's, kind of designed to get the water off the surface, I mean, I think you'll see better footing tonight than you would in an old game at the Wayne Carlson Stadium and the old grass field that they used to have there.
Didn't you love that? The big dome right in the middle so the water could drain off each side, the hump in the middle. The glory days. Times have changed.
Now let's meet.
So have some of the teams. Fargo Davies hasn't been around that long, but they are a power in everything they seem to be a part of. Tonight they go against the Magi, their home field, and a big one here tonight on the PSP Network. It's our Shields pregame show here tonight. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions. From fishing to fashion, Shields is dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. Shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, and so much more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Plenty more to come on the Shields pregame show. When we come back, we'll get set for our opening kickoff here tonight with a look at some of the numbers of this one. A couple high-powered offenses and some athletes on each side going toe-to-toe here tonight. It's Davies and Minot High in a North Dakota AA high school football showdown on a Friday night.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Anderson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Gotta love our nation's national anthem in that rendition here tonight. Nothing like it to set the tempo on a Friday night with number 1 versus number 5 in the state of North Dakota for North Dakota high school football. It's our Shields pregame show. Shields offers everything you need from fishing to fashion, sporting goods, clothing, you name it. That's where I got my golf clubs, of course. Shields brings you the pregame show tonight. Shields on about it and Bismarck. Alongside of our good friend, Mr. Dave Wilson. I'm Nick Holbrook for the call tonight on this high school football showdown between Davies and Minot High. underneath the lights and a little bit of rain tonight. It should be a fun one here on the south side of Fargo here this evening. And the showdown between the number 1 ranked team and all the land. They kind of look like the Florida Seminoles tonight a little bit, don't they?
Yes, they do. I can't even remember the scarlet or whatever they call that maroon that they wear. Very much so. I agree with the gold and the red for sure.
I showed up tonight and they were warming up, or after I showed up and they came out to the field, I kind of thought for a minute I was a part of the movie The Program for a second, if you remember that back to the 90s, one of the best football fields of all time.
A nice James Caan reference there. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about some of these players that are looking to get to the program level, and some of the guys that they're going to count down for each team here tonight as we take a dive further into our matchup tonight, brought to you by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7. They're even open on Saturday for your convenience, 8:30 to 7. It's the UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Well, when you look at Fargo Davies first, this is a team that hasn't had an issue putting some points up on the board. They also haven't had an issue with throwing the ball. They haven't had an issue running the ball. Mason Clabo, 4 games played, 38 attempts for him, 307 yards. According to the notes that I got tonight, he will not get the start here. However, starting for Fargo Davies, it looks like Oliver Luke is going to get the start here. We'll have to wait for the official introductions up here in the booth. That would certainly be a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the Fargo Metro is a big place, Nick, having lived here now for about 2 years. I mean, if you hear about a kid that, is a Division I prospect in a sport, which Mason Clabo is a sophomore, is a Division I prospect in basketball, and, to hear his name talked about a lot, now hearing him talked about on the football field as well, I imagine he'll get a snap or two under center tonight with the statistics that the young man has so far in only his sophomore year, like we said.
Sure appreciate everybody up here in the booth. We just got handed the starting lineups here tonight. They are going to go with Oliver Luke for the starting quarterback tonight here for Davies. He's going to go against Jaden Sparrow for the Magi tonight. Sparrow's a kid that's really taken the reins for the Magi and done a nice job. 36 completions on 59 attempts for 498 yards, Dave, 61%, an average of almost 14 yards per pass for him. And when you have an offense like that with some guys in the backfield like Ruziska and Junt that can run the ball, your offense is certainly cooking.
Yeah, and what I'm really impressed with him and some of the highlights and tape I watched of him this week is just, how he's able to create so much. Such a good athlete, so much, getting out of the pocket, throwing off of his back foot, creating a play out of really nothing. And that's when, in the Mandan game, I was really impressed with his ability to get the ball downfield in some situations where there were some pretty tight windows and he was able to get the ball in. He's going to need much of the same of that this evening, against a lot of athletes on this Davies team. But then that Mandan team knocked off this Davies team to start the football season. So, it's a team that Minot shouldn't be scared of because, they've played with the teams that have played with the team, that have played with Davies.
Elijah Hayes, Luke Lorenz, to name a few more here for Davies that are going to get the ball on the ground tonight, and it's going to be a showdown of some of the top athletes in North Dakota when these two teams get together here on the gridiron at Fargo Davies. How jacked are you for a 1-versus-5 matchup here tonight?
Oh, very, very much excited. Good to see the Magi. It's been a few years since I've got to see these guys live, so I'm very, very excited. Very interested to see how they stack up with the number 1 team in the state.
Minot High's in white tonight. Davies will be in the red and Vegas gold. You had the actual names for those colors, didn't you? Say it one more time for me.
I believe it's the scarlet, but don't hold me to that. I'm with describing my colors, I don't know if I'm exactly right there. It is gold, but I'm not sure that the exact term. Maybe the crimson. I'm not sure.
I'll take it either way. Davies is the team that has the red-looking uniforms on here tonight with the gold helmets. Minot High's in the maroons. Get a good look on it here on the PSP Network as last instructions are put together here for both of these football teams. Wayne Wehrmeyer, the head coach of the Fargo Davies Eagles, has his instructions. So does Chauncey Hendershot, the head coach of the Minot High Magicians. This is a showdown here tonight and a matchup that could be a good one on the PSP Network. We're so glad that you folks decided to spend your Friday night with us here from Fargo, North Dakota. Nick Holberg and Dave Wilson again on the call. Just about time for our opening kickoff here tonight. This opening kickoff will be brought to you by our friends at Planet Pizza. proudly serving the Magic City for over 20 years. 701-852-1700. You can call and order now. Have some pizza while you watch the ball game here tonight. They will deliver. Try the Blue Buffalo. I'm telling you, it really is out of this world. Planet Pizza, 852-1700. Well, the Magi ranked number 5, number 2 in the QRF, 3-1 for them on the season. Davies at 3-1. They're ranked number 1. QRF has them at number 3 with Mandan. We're underway for the opening kickoff here tonight from Fargo, North Dakota. And Davies has the ball off the opening kickoff and busting free all the way up the far side, up to midfield, and a good run coming back there as Grant Chosik takes the ball back. And Davies will get a good first down and 10 with great field position here off the kickoff.
Yeah, and just like we talked about to begin with, the athleticism that Minot's going to see from Fargo Davies put on display right there. You know, you get a gap to the outside there, and he didn't miss it. And Minot was kind of lucky there to get him before the 50-yard line. I thought he kind of had a wall set up of blockers there, but luckily their pursuit was good enough to get him.
Wide out on each side and 3 in the backfield. Ball's going to be kept here on the keeper. It is Claybo with it. Claybo runs forward downhill. How about that run there from Claybo? And Claybo's going to come all the way almost up to the first down marker. And they're going to give it to him. It's going to be a first down here for the Eagles.
And there's that athleticism once again. And we thought we'd see Claybo under center tonight with the statistics that he's put up. No surprise that he's under center there under the shotgun for the Eagles.
Davies' offense comes back up. They go tonight against Minot High's defense that has been stout, to say the least, on the season. The Magi led on the defensive side by King, Turnbow, Beckadal, and Jones on the line. And then you got the big boys, George, Cunningham, and Larson in the linebacker positions. Claybo hands it off the run over to the outside, all the way over to the far sideline it goes. And Davies working it well here, as the ball is carried by Luke Lorenz, and Lorenz is going to pick up 5 on the play, and it brings up a second down and 5 here for Davies.
Number 33, Larson.
Doubleheader on the PSP network tonight, by the way. You can listen to Todd Domries along with Josh Cattell, the former head coach of the University of Jamestown, former recruiting director for the Bison, former Garrison Trooper. He's on the air tonight, making his debut on the PSP network as a color analyst tonight. That's the matchup between St. Mary's taking on Mandan in Mandan. How about Caden Turnbow comes up big, and the big man for the Magi sang the anthem last night at the girls' high school volleyball matchup and has a big defensive stop here on a Friday in Fargo.
Wow, man of all talents. I was impressed with the Davies players that were singing the national anthem for them before the game. But big kid that got, kind of ran a twist there at the line, got some penetration up the middle, and put Davies in a third down for the first time in the game here.
Davies with the football, third down situation. Fans come to volume, hand it off here, and forward they go with it. Another stop from the Magi as Luke couldn't go anywhere. And it brings up a fourth down in Minot High territory here for the Eagles. Stop was made for the Magi from number 68, Dylan Huber. Fourth down situation here for the Eagles. Fourth down and 4. Davies will go for it. Looks like we might have encroachment coming here on the Magi.
Yeah, it looked like Claybo hard count there. The officials are going to get together, but it looks like Minot was offsides, which might give Davies a free set of downs here. Let's see. Yep, first down, Fargo Davies.
Offside, Magicians.
Well, that's a big play early on in this ball game here tonight as the first down comes out down for the Eagles. And a first down and 10 here for Davies. Good crowd on hand here tonight at South Fargo. First down and 10 Eagles. Ball's marked at the 35-yard line. From the shotgun, Claybo back to pass. Looks downfield, bombs it over towards the middle. It's a completed pass, and inside the Serve Pro red zone come the Eagles. They're knocking at the door as that pass was sent in incomplete. And it's another first down for Fargo Davies, as connecting on the pass was Maddox Maloney coming there from the big man Claybo.
Right, and just, Claybo, we've talked about him already. Just does a nice job of, looks like we had man coverage there coming in and just threw a nice kind of slant towards the inside there. And Anthony Brown had really good coverage on that play, but kind of a better throw by Claybo to get the ball in there.
First down and goal from the Serve Pro red zone. Ball's going to be handed off here. Minot High's defense trying to put up the wall, but running downhill some more. The rugby scrum continues on right to the goal line. Will the Eagles get in? Not quite. Ball's going to be marked inside the 2-yard line, it looks like, Dave.
Wow, and that's just a lot of big bodies running downhill. And I mean, the kids at Davies has got on their offensive line, and the kids at Minot's got stacked in there on the inside. I mean, like you said, it just kind of turns into a rugby scrum down near the goal line there. But, hopefully Minot here, the mentality on defense, make them snap it again. Just keep, Bubba Schweigert, I'm a big UND guy, just make them snap it again, make it snap it again. That's got to be the mentality here down and close.
First possession of the ball game for the Eagles. They go to work and they trot right into the end zone. Touchdown. As Luke Lorenz had a wide open alleyway, and Lorenz puts it in for the first points of the ball game. Davies is on top 6-0.
Right, and just started in the kind of that wing spot on the left side of the line there. Went in motion, just kind of a jet sweep look, and just really found his lane behind the right guard there and waltzed into the end zone.
7:48 time of the play. That one from 2 yards out, Luke Lorenz making it 6-0 Fargo Davies. They go for 2 points after. Minot High closes the door to hurry. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, it's Fargo Davies and Minot High sitting on a 6-0 score. It's Davies on top of the Magi early in this one here on their home field tonight.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships. I love working with people. We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Well, Luke Lorenz starts the scoring tonight for Fargo Davies, giving the Eagles a 6-0 lead on their home turf here tonight. They'll boot it away here to the Magi, who wait for it in the backfield. It's going to be picked up here by Burke, and Burke's got the motor on. He's up to about the 30-yard line where he's hauled down. And Minot High will bring out the offense for the first time tonight with a first down and 10 from their own territory. Big thanks again to all those sponsors that make these broadcasts possible on the PSP network, including our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air has over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. As a factory-authorized dealer for AeroSeal, there's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northernplains.com. Sparrow's out of the pocket, throws it forward, trying to feed Conklin. Incomplete on the pass, and it brings up a second down.
And like we talked about, Nick, I think that's where Minot's best, getting Sparrow out of the pocket, rolling him. And, he's a lot of times you see a quarterback that's right-handed rolling out to his right, but Minot's not afraid to roll him out to his left. And he, like I said, he's able to get some balls in some really tough spots. Just a really good athlete, really nice touch on the ball, just a little bit too much pressure there to get a completion.
Talk about that, David. His ability to throw from either direction, across the body or with the body, is really quite impressive. He's been good at that this year. He'll have another opportunity on it here. He connects on the pass, and that one's going to come up to Kitchen, and Kitchen's going to pick up just about 5 on the play. And the Magi will now have a third down and 5 to go here, approaching midfield.
Number 13, Chosick with a tackle.
Nothing like Friday Night Lights, is there?
Oh, absolutely. Friday night homecoming for the Davies Eagles tonight. You can't ask for anything better. The rain's held off. Just a nice fall evening. God, we don't take advantage of these when we have them. Just a nice fall evening in October before the white stuff flies.
Feels like it's getting closer.
Yes, it is.
2 wideouts on the right, 1 on the left. Sparrow's out of the pocket, rolls over towards the far side. He's going to run it himself, dances over towards the line. He's out of bounds there, and it's going to be a 4th down and short coming here for the Magi. And a play call coming up now for the Magicians here. Where are they going to mark the ball? As Sparrow went out of bounds, Minot High is going to punt this one away.
And a nice play there by the linebacker, 27 for Davies, Elijah Hayes, just, understanding that, what Sparrow can do with his arm, just kind of strung the play out, didn't get too over-aggressive trying to chase him down there, just kind of forced his way over to the sideline and forces Minot into a punt.
Magi will punt this one off. That one will go deep back into Davies territory, all the way at the 35. Ball comes out for a moment, then it's regathered. Minot High says they've got the football. Who's got possession? There's a scrum. Which way will that arm point from the official? This will be a big play, and it is a Davies football.
Fumble on the field, recovered by number 13, Chosick.
Chosick recovered it. Minot High was adamant. Fernandez right there saying that was our football. Sometimes you got to plead your case a bit, don't you?
Well, yeah, and really just kind of a gutsy play by the Davies return man there, just kind of running up into traffic and trying to catch that ball on the run. I have a tough enough time catching the ball, standing still, but lucky for Davies, they were able to get back on top of that one.
Weather factor tonight, if you missed our Shields pregame show, it rained quite a bit here in the Red River Valley today. The pitch comes back, and then there's a big hit coming there as Minot High's Jones was in on that stop. Also coming up with an assist on that tackle was Brady Larson.
Yeah, a little option football there for the Davies Eagles. I guess we're in Fargo, NDSU town, so it takes us back to the Veer days of the Buys and the Phil Hansen days. But yeah, Davies just trying to run the option out to the outside there. Claybo saw that he didn't really have anything, pass it off to his buddy, and Minot did a nice job filling lanes there and getting him on the ground.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Claybo fires it here to the near side and up for just about a 1st down. Will it be enough? As that is connected with number 18, Maloney. And Maloney just about moves the chains, brings up a 3rd down. This is going to be short here for Davies, just about a yard. Nice stadium here at Fargo on the south side of town. I haven't been this far south in Fargo in quite a while. It's kind of mesmerizing when you keep driving and driving.
Well, me and my wife almost bought a house down here, but then we did the math on where I work in West Fargo, and we said, I don't know if we have enough money to spend on fuel to get down up and down every day.
Claybo with the football again in hot pursuit. Jones, Claybo's up the sideline. 1st down for Mason Claybo.
Yeah, a little bit of a broken play there for Davies, and Minot was able to get some pressure and force him out. Didn't really see anything open downfield, and just a kid right there, like I said, an athlete that can make a play with his feet and get Davies a fresh set of 4.
When we talked leading up to today's matchup, Dave, you talked about Davies and the athleticism that this school has produced over the years, and this year no exception. I talked about the same thing with Minot. What I was most excited about for the Magi is that they've got some horses here in 2022. We're certainly seeing some of those kids rise to the top right now in this matchup between number 1 Davies, number 5 Minot. Here's one of them. Handoff comes away to the near side, and the defense is going to be stout for Minot High as pushed out of bounds on the carry was Luke Lorenz.
Tackle on the play by Ruzicka.
Nice play there by Ruzicka stepping up there in the hole and making a play. He's listed as a defensive back, Nick, and for him to be there, kind of linebacker mentality there, filling that hole and getting a kid running downhill over to the sideline. Impressive player for Minot. In the games I've seen, extremely, extremely impressive athlete.
Brings up a 2nd down and just about 9.5 to go here for the Eagles. Claybo's back to pass, looks over to the far side. Has a man downfield. He caught the pass, but there's going to be an offsides first coming here on Fargo Davies.
Kind of unfortunate there for Davies, Nick, because they looks like they had Minot in kind of straight man there, or cover zero, as the football experts would call it there. Kind of had the matchup they wanted, and I don't know who got a little bit excited for them on the line, if it was a receiver or maybe the left tackle there. But whoever was pretty excited with the play call there and was kind of flinched a little bit early, before they could get the playoff.
Same play coming here. Claymore rolls onto the pocket. It's going to be a holding coming. Claymore's going to be pushed out of bounds on the Fargo Davies sidelines, but a hold in the back. And that's going to push Davies way back here on their second down.
Flag on the field.
And there, Nick, being a Viking fan as well, I hate to admit that, but that was some Mike Zimmer special. You have basically a double A-gap blitz there, bringing the linebackers up and kind of forcing the center to either let his potential All-State quarterback get hit in the teeth there, or hold on for dear life and move him back 10 yards. But nice defensive call by Minot, bringing pressure. I mean, the last thing you want to give a good athlete is a lot of space, so credit to Minot defensively there for a good call to make Clabo move his feet.
Claymore on the second down and a mile here, throws it forward. It's going to be completed and breaking free all the way up to the 45-yard line. Talk about a kid that runs it downhill. Look out when you're in the way of that Mack truck, because Elijah Hayes can get downhill and bury you on the offensive side of the ball.
Right, just straight downhill running. And a nice call by Davies there to kind of change it up, throw a screen at Minot. Maybe Minot's going to over-pursue a little bit on second down with those defensive linemen, but, kind of had a linebacker that stayed home back in the middle of the field, and boy, he made the tackle, but he paid for making that tackle there. That Hayes brings a lot at 220 pounds.
6-0 Davies on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Third down and a country mile still here for Fargo Davies, and we're going to have a stop on the field and a timeout called here by Fargo Davies. They want to talk things over as they look to see if they could close the gap towards the first down marker here. Got ourselves a 6-0 ball game. Davies on top on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's high school football on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers Warehouse Company knows how to safely move your family to their new residence by paying close attention to every detail. The folks at Jobbers Warehouse Company engage in an ongoing communication throughout the process to help the big picture in sight and make sure that no element is left unnoticed. Visit jobberswarehouse.com and let Jobbers Moving and Storage and Allied Van Lines make your move a smooth one. Head to jobberswarehouse.com today. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers is your choice.
Well, you hear the Davies fans come to volume here as they come on for a third down and 18. Second possession of the ball game for them. They scored on their first drive here in the first half tonight. Claymore back to pass, little quick hitter to the near side. DJ Jones lost his helmet, is running downhill again. Hayes certainly could get downhill. Kenny, that was quite a run again coming from Elijah Hayes. And DJ Jones had the worst of it as that helmet went flying right off of number 13.
like we said before, Nick, he just brings a load. And, a credit to number 13 for Minot there, hanging in there and just, getting his helmet popped off. But, putting his body on line for the team and slowing him up so they can get a tackle and they can force a Davies punt.
Burke is back to retrieve here for Minot High. As the ball's going to be taken here. Thought about maybe keeping it. Now it's going to be punted back. Burke's going to have to track this one down. Takes a Minot High roll after it hit the ground. Davies picks it up, and Minot High will have a first down and 10. Coming in just about their 33 33-yard line.
Down on the 33-yard
Well, for the
line.
Magi, what do they look to do
First
here on this possession? They haven't had a whole lot of offense brewing yet so far. Credit Fargo Davies defense early in the ballgame.
Yeah, I would maybe see if they want to establish the run a little bit with Rusiska and maybe even, Sparrow running him out a little bit. Maybe some, design quarterback runs. I think, the first possession was kind of three rollout passes for Minot, trying to create something. And now, maybe, the defense has been on the field quite a bit this first quarter. Maybe establish a little bit, pound them a little bit inside and, get the clock moving the right way. Maybe use Broderick, the kid that carries the load, the young sophomore that they like to pound up the middle. Maybe see if Davies wants to tackle him a little bit and, see if they're up to the task there.
Minot High sends a wide out over on the right side, 2 on the left, including Conklin, one of the top receivers in the West region. Instead, they go to Burke on the handoff. Burke is up the field. There is a flag on the play, and there's going to be a holding that will be called.
Flag on the play.
Wait for the call coming from the gentleman in the white hat.
Holding Magician.
Good eyes, Dave.
I didn't see a number on that, Nick, but I might have been 77, Caden Turnbull there, but wasn't exactly sure. Kind of the white kind of ran together there in the little hog pile, but it might have been 77. I didn't exactly get the number down there.
3:30 ticks away here in the first quarter. Minot High's back 10 yards, and they've got the first down again, breaking free all the way back up to the original line of scrimmage was Burke. Ball came out, but they're going to say he was down after the tackle, and Burke brings him back up to the original line on a nice run coming from the sophomore.
And that might have been Rusiska, Nick, that got the carry there for Minot if he's number 2, but just a nice explosive run, trying to run downhill, got to the edge, and, got back Minot into second and manageable.
That's why we love having you on, Dave. 2 is Rusiska, 20 is Burke. My apologies. That time it was Conklin on the carry.
Number 11, Logan Conklin.
And the stop was made from Davies. Well, when you look at Tyson Rusiska and Burke, a couple speedsters in the backfield. Rusiska, 5'9", 165 pounds. He ran last Friday night against Bismarck Century. 61 yards to the house. He had another one for 29. He was in our conversation for the player of the game and certainly deserved that last week as we crowned him the Sport Clips player of the game in that Century matchup. It had been a while for Minot High since they beat the perennial power from the West Century. Here's a pass that comes across. That's Fernandez on the completion. And Minot High moves the chains here after Sparrow connects with Fernandez.
And right there, I think Minot caught Davies and, really kind of a weak side safety blitz for Davies. Got caught in, basically a cover 0 there, which, in that situation, you're going to have a guy open. And, nice throw by Sparrow getting the first down for Minot.
2 wideouts on each side, one of the backfield. The one of the backfield gets the ball. It's Rusiska. Look out. Here he goes all the way back up near the first down marker.
Two,
and you talk about establishing that ground game. It's fair to say that the Magi are doing that right now.
Yeah, and with an athlete like him, that doesn't run scared. A kid that wants the football. Just coming out of the huddle, just chomping at the bit there.
Handoff again. This time it's going to be Junt, 28 on the carry. Junt brings it ahead, and Junt picks up the first down for the Magi. And the chains move as Minot High is starting to knock on the red zone. Brought to you by our friends at Serve Pro, the Magic City and in Western North Dakota. 3 wideouts this time over on the left side. 1 on the right. Sparrow from shotgun. Sparrow's going to fall back to pass. He's going to look downfield across the middle, trying to connect with Kinchin. Overthrown just a bit. It brings up a second down and 10 here for the Magi.
And I think there, Nick, you're going to see those, those lanes open up in the passing game there. With Minot able to establish the run, Davies has got to maybe set another guy back in that run game and, bring him up to help stop the run. And when you bring another body up to help, try to stop that run, that's just going to leave more room in the secondary. So, Minot establishing the run is now giving him an opportunity to throw the ball around a little bit.
2 wideouts on each side, 1 in the backfield. Sparrow from shotgun again. Hands it off. Rusiska's forward. Right into the pile he goes, and they're going to blow the play dead. By the way, we want to thank our friends at Hub International Insurance for bringing you the contest here tonight. Hub International Insurance. For all your personal and business insurance needs, Hub is the leading North American insurance brokerage. Contact Josh Cattell at Hub International Insurance today for all your personal and business insurance needs. It's 355-3100 Hub International Insurance. Third down for the Magi. 6 to go. Sparrow rolls out far side, makes a move. Now another makes a man miss. Then he's going to be gobbled up in a hurry, and he's going to go down to the turf there as he went forward and then came back.
Back on the play by number 5, Keaton.
Minot High is faced with a 4th down.
Yeah, trips formation there to the right. Minot ran it to the strong side. A nice job by Davies in coverage there. Sparrow had, plenty of opportunity to look downfield, but when it came down to it, Davies was able to get over there and prevent him to get the ball downfield.
43-yarder could be tough here. But that brings us towards the end of the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter. Davies Eagles 6. Magician.
Davies on top 6-0. Minot High will get the ball for one more play here when we come back with a 4th down situation. We'll see what the Magi come up with when we return to Fargo Davies. It's high school football here on the PSP Network.
He has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Sorry.
Well, the Davies fans come to volume on the 4th down situation. The Magi looking to see if they can move the chains again. They're just going to take a shot at it. This one down to Conklin, and Conklin unable to get his hands on it. Incomplete, and Davies will get the ball after Minot High turned it over on downs. I talked about maybe a logged field goal. My math was off. Would have been a 51-yarder. Probably not going to happen here tonight.
No, well, and the gentleman up here in the press box were telling us the kicker for Davies, his brother, as a first-time kicker for the team a few years ago, came out here and kicked a 44-yard field goal. So we were doing the math on that one, but no, that'd have been a bit long for the high school game, but better for Minot to go for that one.
Here comes Claybo and company back out for Davies. They are going to carry the football again. Big run up the near sideline and dancing all the way up towards the first down marker. Guess who? Oliver Luke comes up with another nice run here for the Eagles.
And just outside of the outstretched arms of Alex King for Minot, the defensive end there. He got an arm on him, was working on a block and trying to get the runner there. Just out of his reach, and if a backer is able to come up and get him there for him slowing him down a little bit, almost a great play there by him.
Brings up a 2nd down and short. Handoff again, this time breaking free. Luke's got plenty. The first down and then plenty more as the chains move here for Fargo Davies again. And they have really found a way with that lead block here tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, just pulling bodies, pulling guards, getting those guys to the edge. And as a linebacker, when that running back gets to the second level and you're having to deal with a pulling guard as well as a running back comes at you, that's not a good situation to be in.
By the way, Prestwich Orthodontics specializes in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer free consultations and financing options. Make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Visit minotbraces.com today. That's minotbraces.com. Prestwich Orthodontics can help you. Big stop there from the Magi. Turnbow and company and Michael George come up with the stop. As Claybo ran it ahead forward, but he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and a little bit of a fumbled snap there by the sophomore. I think they liked what they had there with the man coming in motion, and maybe got too big of eyes there with something that he wanted to do. Ended up fumbling it a little bit, and Minot was able to get some penetration in there and got him on the ground before he could make a pitch.
Davies spreads it out here a bit. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the backfield. Short snap, Claybo's back with it. He's going to fire it across the middle. That pass is complete, then fumbled. Minot High's got it. Here come the Magi as it's going to be taken away by the Magicians. after that pass was caught and then dropped, and the Magicians pick it up after the fumble was recovered there from Minot High's Max Cunningham. He comes up with the ball for the Magi. Or was it taller Anthony Brown, rather?
Well, and I believe it was Zacharias Brown there on the coverage there that forced a strip sack. I'm not sure who came up with the ball there, but just a sensational play. Maybe got a little bit beat there, but as defensive coaches teach you, once you get beat and once your guy has the ball, start going for that ball. He hangs it out there. I mean, pretty close. I mean, you could probably, the Davies coaching staff, Coach Weremeyer, probably arguing for maybe an incomplete pass there because maybe the process didn't get completed, but hey, if you're Minot, you'll take that, and 1st and 10 going the other way.
Big turnover there for the Magi. This is part of the game Minot High looks to capitalize on. Is that ball taken by Ruziska, then he's slammed right to the turf by the Davies D-Corps. They come up and do their part to make up for the offense and the turnover on the last possession.
Yeah, and once again, you have a kid like Andre Work, a Davies Eagles hockey player, just a big dude in there coming up and making a solid tackle. I mean, God, he's a big kid on hockey skates. You see that kid with a football helmet and pads on coming at you as a defensive lineman. Good luck.
Kind of scary, I'd have to think. Sparrow rolls out with it. Sparrow over to the far side, gets it over off to the far side. That pass will be incomplete as he had Hunter Horner lined up.
Sparrow's pass intended for
brings up a 3rd down.
Ball's incomplete. 3rd down.
Well, Mother Nature kind of hanging on for us a bit here tonight. Thought maybe with the rain that we experienced coming over here today that we were going to see some big-time rain tonight. I was hydroplaning at one point on the interstate. That scared the crap out of me, man. I sat back and said maybe cruise control's maybe not the best option right now here on I-94. It was raining pretty good all the way from just about Jamestown all the way over. Here's a handoff, all breaking free. There's Ruziska, picks up a handful on the play. Not going to be enough as the 4th down comes up. And Minot High is going to be forced to punt the football away.
And mostly a safe play there for Minot. I mean, they did have 4 wide there, so they tried to spread Davies out a little bit and, spread him out and then run at him at the gut there. Ruziska, picked up 6 yards there. Nice carry for him, but more of a safe call here. Minot punt the ball out of there and live to see another day on defense.
Number 13, Chosick, deep for the Eagles.
Chosick's deep for the Eagles. Minot High to put the boot on it. Ball's going to land inside the 50-yard line. Chosick up with it. Spin move down another. He's going to make a move all the way back up over the 50-yard line. And you really have to give Davies some credit with the way they've ran those punts and kicks back here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like another extremely, extremely brave play by him right there. A ball that's rolling around on some wet turf. Extremely aggressive, taking the ball and trying to get some good field position for his offense.
Eagles for the Magician, 48-yard line.
1st down and 10 here for Davies. They lead 6-0. Courtesy of a run from Luke Lorenz with 7:48 remaining in the 1st quarter to make it 6-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. The only score in the ballgame right now, and a matchup between number 1 Davies, number 5 Minot High tonight. Can't stress the importance of this matchup anymore here this evening. Or enough, I should say, rather, as that ball passed from Claybo and incomplete.
Claybo's pass intended for Oliver Luck falls incomplete.
Intended for Luck, but Minot High had the defensive coverage there to make the play.
Well, I will say, Nick, too, I did tune into being a former Minot High soccer player years ago. I tuned in last night for the soccer broadcast. There wasn't a legacy back when I was at Minot High, but my dad mentioned that you were doing the game last night, so I had to tune in for a little bit of that. Nice win for the soccer Magi.
Yeah, congratulations to them. A West Region regular season championship, back-to-back for the Minot High Magicians. Legacy looking for their first ever last night. That pass from Claybo is good. Passes there, and the 1st down is made as Luck again is going to take it and pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, and just nice recognition there by the sophomore quarterback, noting that Minot's, we see a lot of man defense there, having his slot receiver, run kind of a seam down the field, and having good protection there where he can set up and just pitch and catch, an easy throw for him there.
Update from Mandan tonight. Mandan leading St. Mary's 14-0 at the half. Faked it to Luke Lorenz, then Clabo jumps him in, picks up about 6 on the play, and Mason Clabo showing why he's one of the most talked about players in the state of North Dakota.
And he really had the whole Minot defense going to his right there, Nick. So the guys that did stay home, that play looked like it could go for a lot more there. You know, just that jet sweep motion. I mean, you gotta. I mean, as those backers, you gotta make sure that he hands the ball off, and that's not always an easy thing to do when the game's going at 100 miles an hour.
Davies with a second down and just about 4 here. Time ticks away in the first half of football. This time Lorenz gets it. Lorenz carries it ahead forward. Man, he runs downhill again, and another first down as Luke Lorenz enters the Serve Pro red zone for the Eagles. Serve Pro and the Serve Pro red zone, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup restoration. It's Serve Pro. They bring you the red zone here tonight, and that's where Davies has the ball right now, right on the doorstep of the Serve Pro red zone. It's marked at the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Looking to add more to a 6-0 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Minot High saying
penalty flag in play.
That Davies jumped. Davies pointing back and saying it was encroachment. Let's see what the call is.
Looks like they're going to get motion on Davies here. A lot of pointing both ways, like you said, because whether you're on either side of the line, it's never your fault. So
he's kind of the standard there where you're going to come up and just make sure that you know that your point is heard, right? To be expected. Well, it's great to see you, partner. We haven't seen you since state high school hockey, where we saw some pretty good hockey action with Fargo Davies in the state championship against Red River. We had the call of that game on the PSP network. Look at this run to the outside. Look out, Clabo's going to be tattooed. Ball came loose over on the near sideline. DJ Jones comes up big. Lay of the WWE smackdown on Clabo, and Clabo, what a tough customer. He's going to come back over to the sidelines to talk to the coach after that. It was actually Michael George that wrangled him up and threw him down to the ground, and George came up big.
Yeah, and Minot brought more middle pressure there. Clabo, to his credit, he missed that first blitzer, but they were able to flush him out to his left, and he was able to kind of get rid of the ball. I thought maybe they'd call some kind of intentional grounding. I didn't see a receiver in the area. I don't know if the ball got back to the line of scrimmage, but there must have been a receiver in the area there.
Second down and 15. Handoff again. Luck's going to carry it ahead forward. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Not quite, just about 2 yards shy of it. So it's going to be a third down and 12 here for the Eagles.
And there we see Caden Turnbow again for Minot. We've called his name a lot, offensively, defensively on the line there. He didn't make the tackle there, but just getting upfield and disrupting the lane there and forcing the back to cut back inside, have his buddies back there, the linebacking crew, get him on the ground for, what creates a third and long here for Davies.
Time continuing to wind down in the first half. Two wideouts on the left, one on the right. Low snap again. Clabo in trouble. Look out. Fumbles the football. Turnbow forced the turnover. We go back the other way for the Magi here. Ball's going to be dead. As down to the ground and pick it up for the Magi was number 33, Larson. But it was Caden Turnbow, the big man, that forced the fumble as he came flying in like a Burlington Northern choo-choo. Look out. Clabo was smacked.
And another situation where that Minot defense, after that first possession, they've settled in. Just keep taking punches. Make them snap the ball again. Make them snap it. Make them snap it. Make them snap it. And you see a young quarterback like Clabo. He wants to make a play out there, but maybe sometimes he's going to hold the ball a little bit too long there, and maybe his inexperience is going to show. And he coughs up the ball there, costing him a chance to get some points.
2 sacks on the last possession. Minot High's got the ball back on offense. It's Sparrow with it. He's going to be hauled up. And a nice stop coming there from the defensive line.
Number 70, McCarthy.
And nowhere to go as McCarthy came up big with the stop. And Christian McCarthy's got some size to him. He comes up and stops Sparrow in a hurry.
Well, and I'll tell you, Nick, once again, we're talking about 22 for Jackson Greff for Fargo Davies. Playing a linebacker position. It's almost like playing the old Tampa 2, jumping back into pass coverage there.
Here comes Ruziska. He's going to break free, gets a first down, look for more. He's up to the 40-yard line and a first down for the Magi. How important is it for the Magicians here, Dave, after a nice defensive stop where you sack the quarterback, force the fumble? How important is it to put points on the board after that defensive route of the Davies Eagles just a moment ago?
I mean, I think ideally you want to get some points on the board here, but, just to get your defense off the field a little bit, have a good possession, move the ball down the field, get the ball to athletes in space like they just did here, and, keep that clock running, keep it grinding down the field, and, if you can get a score before halftime, that'd be ideal, but not the most important thing, but, you ask a coach, you're always going to want to score when you have the ball. So.
Chauncey Hendershot in year number 3 as the head man for the Magi, taking over for the great Barry Holman, who was with the Magicians for many years. Chauncey looking for a win here at Fargo Davies tonight. Get the exact number. I believe it's the 11th all-time matchup between Davies and Minot High tonight. There's a handoff and a run forward, but nowhere for Talon Junt to go.
Nelson with a carry. Tackled by Oliver Luck.
Well, a big third down here, Nick, for Minot. Probably something here where you're going to see Sparrow roll out to his left, try to make a play, or never the wrong decision to hand the ball off to Raziska if he's in the game here. I don't know if I saw him in the huddle or not here. I should be wearing my glasses, Nick, but unfortunately I'm not.
4. Let's make some noise.
Third down and 4.
Looks like it's Burke in the backfield.
Burke's in the backfield with wideouts on each side. It is matchup number 12 all time between these two teams. There's a timeout called on the field, and Minot High's Chauncey Hendershot wants to talk it over. We'll keep it here on the PSP Network. Minot High 7-4 all time against Fargo Davies, and the matchups that they've had over the last 11 seasons. And Fargo Davies, a program that continues to impress. They've only made one Dakota Bowl appearance. That came back at 2014, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Minot High's had plenty of appearances in that Dakota Bowl, but the illustrious state title, they only have one of them, came back in 1980. It's been a while for the Magi.
Yeah, shout out to my former math teacher, Barry Holman, was the quarterback of that team years ago. I remember him talking about that in class at Minot High. I guess I wonder if Mr. Holman still teaching. Do you know, Nick?
I'm not sure if I think he may be retired, actually. He was my math teacher 3 times in the same class, so that isn't a good thing, by the way. Minot High's got the ball. Third down situation. Here's Ruziska. Oh, they're on top of him. Davies read that one like a book and crashing in, making the stop there for Davies. And in a quick hurry, give the credit to Zach Lilly. And number 47 in on the help. That was Jack Brendan.
Yeah, they really could have given the tackle about 4 or 5 different guys from Davies there. Hayes was in there as well. Kind of a gamble there by Davies to go with a blitz there. And honestly, if Raziska is able to get by that and go to the second level, he's going to run for a little bit. But Minot forced to punt again with under 4 minutes to go in the half.
They'll punt the football away, and that was a good punt that lands at just about the 32-yard line. Fair catch was called. And into the hands it went there of Chauncey. Brings up a first down and 10 here for Davies. Again, we want to thank our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage in the Magic City. They've been proudly serving Minot and the surrounding area with their moving and storage needs since 1942. That's quite a while. Find them online, RogerWardMovingAndStorage.com, to schedule a move or to find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Their sister company, Jobbers Moving and Storage, brings you tonight's move of the game. We'll have our MVP of the game tonight brought to you by Sport Clips. Claybo had plenty of time in the pocket there. Throws it downfield, sideline, got it. Oh, what a play that was. As Claybo threads the needle right into the hands of Brown. And Brown's going to take it at the 40-yard line. Dance for more. And Brown comes up with maybe the move of the game right there, as that was a huge game for Fargo Davies.
Yeah, just a play there, man coverage on the outside, and really, just kind of throws it up and go get it. I mean, used to call that a fly pattern, just kind of throw her down the field, and, his receiver made a great play to get by Zacharias Brown from Minot there to get him on Minot's side of the 50.
Claybo with plenty of time back in the pocket, something that they look to change after the last series where he was sacked twice. He's going to keep it on the keeper, and he'll be pushed back.
Number 1, Claybo on the keeper.
Brings up a second down here for Fargo Davies.
Tackle by number 13, George.
An update from Mandan tonight. Number 3 Mandan leads unranked St. Mary's by a score of 14-0. That game right now in the third quarter with 7:54 ticking away. Here we are, this one tonight in a matchup that's got number 1 Davies, number 5 Minot with under 3 to play in the first half, and there's only been 6 points scored so far, 1 touchdown here. Here's the little pitch that comes back away to Luke, and Luke's going to take it over to the near side. Another nice gain for the Eagles. Brings up a third down.
And nice play by Brown there for Minot stepping up. Didn't get him on the ground, but slowed him up just enough there to get the Eagles into a third down situation here at about the 32-yard line, it looks like.
I have to thank everybody here in the press box here at Fargo Davies High School. Just more than accommodating. Thank you, gentlemen, for letting us spend some time with you in here tonight. Fantastic facility. Fantastic place. Only room for 2 of us, Dave, so I'm running the camera tonight. That's why you might miss a few things. We're doing our best, however. Handoff comes here again. Luck's got it again. He breaks free up the near sideline. Give him a first down. And the chains are going to move again, I do believe, here for Davies. But there's a holding that's going to be coming here.
Block in the back.
It is a block in the back. Thank you, Dave. Good eyes on that one, and a big play that's going to result in a decision coming here from Minot.
And I didn't see what number was that from Davies. It was down the field quite a bit there. Yeah, it was a 10-yard penalty, so that was actually down almost past the 30-yard line there. So now I guess third and a little bit longer now for Davies. Let's see if Minot can get off the field here.
Well, Luke's going to hate to see that highlight come back because he was on his way for the first down. Brings up a third and a long 9 now here for Davies. Claybo's in the pocket. He's going to be rushed out. Scott company. Claybo's going to break free. All the way up over the 25 down to the 20, and Mason Claybo is for real. He carries that one inside the red zone again, and Mason Claybo, a man amongst boys here tonight on his home turf.
And, just athletes in space there, made a great play. I was watching Caden Turnbow for Minot there, push his guy into the backfield almost past Claybo, and Claybo saw that, jumped inside there, and, was able to make a move on a linebacker, get to the second level, and get the Davies Eagles a first down, just outside the red zone here on the 22.
Claybo calls the shots from shotgun. Has the ball here, falls back to pass, has company, throws this one, and it's incomplete. Nice heads-up play coming there from the lineman coming from Davies, number 71. That's Jack Bollinger. Would have been a penalty probably called on Fargo Davies if he would have caught the ball.
Nick, I'm noticing a lot of hockey guys play football for Davies. That one Bullinger got watching him, him and Work and Lorenz. My goodness, the quarter, Claybo plays basketball. Just to see those multi-sport athletes, that is so awesome in a day that a lot of guys are just kind of single themselves out and only play one sport.
Such a conversation. Is the ball out again? Minot High says they've recovered it again, and another fumble for Davies. And the Magi pick it up again. The tides have turned after Davies was knocking on the door.
And really, it's bend but don't break again. I mean, at halftime for Minot, Minot coaches are going to say, hey, we're in this one, guys. Keep taking punches, keep making them snap it. And, for Coach Wehrmeyer and the Eagles, it's like, guys, we have got to take care of the football. We've had so many opportunities down on Minot's side of the field. Take care of the football, and they're up maybe 2-3 scores at this point in the game.
First down and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Magi go to work. They go with Ruziska, and he's swarmed in a hurry. Time starts to wind down here in the first half. We're under a minute to play in the opening half. This one has really kind of flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess with as much running as Davies has been doing, running downhill, running those guys in motion and all that, the clock does tend to go by a little bit. I guess, Nick, it's been a long time since I've been a high school game. I didn't realize they changed to a 40-second play clock for the high school guys as well.
Yeah, what a clock management thing as well. When you look at the quarterbacks across the state of North Dakota, And the guys that do it well, how important that play clock really becomes in the game of football, especially at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. And they both do. Both quarterbacks have done a fantastic job. Normally at this level, you see a lot of late timeouts for, trying to avoid delay games. But, both these kids have their teams ready to go on the line. And, you could just, that points to how well that these two teams are coached as well.
Public Schools would like to thank and acknowledge
58 seconds left here in our first half. Premier Chiropractic intermission report right around the corner. Dave and I will break down the first half of the showdown here tonight. Give you an update from other games taking place across the state of North Dakota as well. Magi fake it. Sparrow's got it. He's going to try to bust free over on the far sidelines. Is it a first down for Jaden Sparrow? He's going to be close as he's run out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and just about 1.5 here for the Magi. Well, you talk about that 1980 team, and I know Shane Soltis is watching tonight. He goes down in history as one of the best ever to play for the Magi. Shane, hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight here from across the state.
Delay in the action here, Nick. I'm not sure what exactly they're talking about. Did an official get hurt or? Oh, might have. Oh,
somebody on the chain gang, maybe.
Yeah, that looks like the crew in the press box up here say it looks like the guy in the chain might have got dinged up a little bit. So there are no safe spots on a football field.
Man, you come
as we learned.
Come out just to help out on a Friday night to end up dinged up. Same play for the Magi. Sparrow's got it again. Honey, like that play call right to the first down marker. Minot High is going to pick up the first down. Well, if he does it, he's going to be pretty darn close. They're going to look to measure it looks like. Or no, there's a player down for the Magi.
Yeah, the first time tonight we've seen the read option for Minot. Sparrow kind of pulled it out at the last minute and, took it to the edge. I did not see who's down for Minot on the play there. It was kind of a mass of bodies on that side of the field.
Well, you never like seeing anyone down, and I believe it could be the quarterback for the Magi. We're going to find out here in a moment. Hopefully he's okay. Big thanks again to our friends at Premier Chiropractic for bringing you the ball game tonight. They're focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Coney Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Daubries can be found at PremierChiropracticND.com. Planet Pizza also bringing you the broadcast here tonight. That was Sparrow that was down, Dave.
And fortunately for Minot there, looks like he popped up. That could have been a play there where he got the wind knocked out of him. To his credit, tough kid. He gets up and he's walking to the huddle like, okay, next play. But if you are on the field, that you do have to sit out a play. So Minot probably going to keep it really, really simple here this play while they have their main quarterback out of the lineup.
Fred Spalding from Trinity Sports Medicine is here. Always great to see Fred on the bus. Luke Beater's going to be the quarterback now for the Magi. He hands off on the first down. Forward the Magi came, but not for a gain. Second down now here for the Magicians as Beater will stay in as the quarterback for the Magi. Can't overlook Trinity Sports Medicine and the trainers that come to these high school matchups, that relationship gained and the trust that the players have throughout time with those men and women that are sports athletic trainers. Fred Spalding, one of the greats, been around for a while. Minot High is just going to pull off the field, it looks like here, Dave, as the horn sounds, and that's how our first half of football comes to a close. 6-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Davies is on top of the Magi. This has been a football game that's had a little bit of everything here tonight, except a whole lot of scoring here at Fargo Davies football field. We'll come back with our Premier Chiropractic halftime report. Dave and I will break down the first half of football tonight here on the PSP Network. Again, 6-0. It's Fargo Davies on top of Minot High in a battle of number 1 Davies, number 5 Minot High. Don't go anywhere. We'll break down the first half here tonight when we come back to Fargo.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Serve Pro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Carson.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships. I love working with people. We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one, okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here, let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
Six 0 Davies on homecoming night for the Eagles here in Fargo, North Dakota. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report, PremierChiropracticND.com, where you can find Dr. Cody Haugen, our family's choice for chiropractic care of the Magic City. It's Premier Chiropractic and Premier Chiropractic ND. Nick Holberg alongside of Dave Wilson here in Fargo as the Davies Eagles certainly putting a show on tonight, isn't he? Here at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really impressed. He or she is really impressing the gentleman up here in the press box. Quite the halftime show. That's a talented dancer in the in the Eagle outfit.
There's no doubt about it. And as that commercial break rolled, he basically danced the entire time.
Right, and I know they normally have like a band or a drum line here, so I was kind of looking forward to that. But the Eagle really, he held serve there for halftime entertainment. So kudos to whoever the young man or woman was in the Eagles outfit dancing a little bit.
Speaking of dancing here tonight, we don't have the official numbers here in this ball game, but some big-time numbers on the ground, a few numbers through the air tonight. What's your overall assessment of half number one with Fargo on top, 6-0?
Kind of a weird football game because you go in and you see what the score is and you say 6-0 and you're thinking, oh my god, just a back and forth. One team gets into the end zone, punts, but really that wasn't the case at all. I believe Davies only punted one time. We've seen a lot of big plays from Davies. Minot kind of staying close to the vest, maybe trying a couple things downfield, but not too aggressive with their shots. I mean, there was a lot of really nice plays. Davies turned the football over a few times down in Minot's end, and that'll be discussed at by their coaches in the locker room. But for a Minot fan, I thought that was a pretty good half of football, and they're hanging right in on the road against the number one team in the state.
Well, that number one team in the state right now, obviously their big talking point has to be to take care of the football with the turnovers that they had and some of those penalties that really caused them some major pain there in the first half.
And it just seemed like they would have a positive play and it would get taken back by a penalty, and then before you know it, they're moved back and they're trying to create more, and that's where they would have issues securing the football. So really for them, they've got a young quarterback. He kind of holds it out there like a loaf of bread a little bit, but he's a good athlete. You like to see how they put the ball in his hands. So I think we'll see a little bit more of that in the second half. But honestly, Davies, you're okay if you're okay if you take care of the ball. And for Minot, we really haven't seen him break one yet with Ruziska, and hopefully Sparrow's able to get back into the football game. He had to sit out the last couple plays of the half, but Minot gets the ball at the start of the second half here. I'm anxious to see what they come out with and try to establish on offense.
Now watch this Eagle here, Dave. I'm telling you. Sorry to interrupt you. You made your point. I just have to make mine that this Eagle really is something special, isn't he?
Well, you can cut me off for this Eagle anytime. I mean, my goodness, get him up in the booth. This is fantastic.
We absolutely love it. What a show here tonight. What a showdown tonight. 6-0. Davies on top. The only score to report, it was Luke Lorenz at 7:28 remaining in the first quarter of football. Ran one in from 2 yards out to make it 6-0. Point after was no good. Just about 2 minutes away from the start of our second half. We'll come back and kick it off when we come back to Fargo Davies High School. It's the Eagles on top of the Magi, 6-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work.
Well, we're back to action here in Fargo for half number 2 of number 1 Davies, number 5 Minot High here tonight on the PSP Network. Big thanks again to Premier Chiropractic ND, bringing you tonight's intermission report. Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Kirk Mason, and Dr. Becky Perry-Domries can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Our family's choice for chiropractic care in the Magic City. If you're just joining us tonight, it's Nick Holberg on the call with Mr. Dave Wilson here tonight, here on the PSP Network. 6-0 at the end of one half of football tonight, courtesy of a Luke Lorenz run from 2 yards in, just about 3 minutes into the ball game that had Fargo Davies on top. And that's where we stand right now after full another quarter and our halftime show.
Quite the halftime show it was too, Nick, I will say.
Yeah.
The mascot is still down there strutting like he or she should be. Quite the performance.
That guy's had some Red Bull tonight, there's no doubt about it. Well, Minot High's got Sparrow back under center, or from the shotgun, I should say. He went down at the end of the first half, and it was Beater that took a few snaps at the end of at the end of the first half. It's Conklin that's into the ball game here for the Magi now, and Sparrow connects with him, and I think that's their first completion here tonight to Conklin, and Conklin picks up the first down. Hurry up offense for the Magi. Well, it's something special, Dave, when you see Conklin and Sparrow get working together. They're certainly one of the top combos in the West region. If they can get going and you get Rosiska going on the ground, it really turns into a double-headed monster here for this Magi team.
And that was something that you had mentioned, getting Conklin involved in the game. And, the first play out of the half might have made, a point to get him on the outside, singled up, and here he goes again.
That one went through the hands of Conklin and incomplete over towards the Davies sideline.
A little high, incomplete, intended for Conklin.
Almost turning into a great night for high school football here tonight. A little bit breezy out there probably. Sweatshirts and beanie caps are on here tonight. Some winter jackets, of course, but it's kind of what you should expect at this time of the year. At least you know it's truly football season.
Absolutely.
Davies is in the red with Vegas Gold helmets here tonight. Minot Highs in their white and maroon. If you're just joining us here on the PSP Network. Sparrow from the shotgun. Look out. Here comes half a blitz, and it's going to be Ruziska forward. Oh, he's going to be stuck there. As down he goes after the hard hit was made. That kid can carry the ball, and he can also lay the big one on you. That was number 27, Elijah Hayes, that came in hot.
Oh, and just sticks Ruziska there right in the hole. And, just when you think that Ruziska's got a little bit of momentum running downhill, kind of up the A gap there, he just, basically finds Hayes in the hole there, and Hayes puts him on his back. But what was nice enough to get him off his back there after he put him there for the tackle. So good sportsmanship play by him.
Gotta like the sportsmanship, don't you? 6-0 Davies on top here tonight. It's North Dakota High School football on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Big thanks again to Jersey Mike's. They bring you the player of the week each and every week. Jersey Mike subs. Big play now for the Magi. 4th down and 1. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Minot tried to push ahead. Do they get enough? Where will they mark the football? This is going to be close here, Dave. It looks like Davies may have made the stop.
Depends on if he puts it on his right foot or his left. Oh, he put it on his right foot there. I thought, Coach Weirmeyer kind of keeping his assistant coaches back a little bit. For where we're standing, we got a great look at that play, Nick. It looked like he might have been a little bit short, so Minot got a little bit of a gift spot there, but, no replay. Hike the ball again and get to the next play.
3 wideouts on the left, 1 on the right. Ball marked right at midfield. The Magi looking for their first score of the ball game tonight with Sparrow from the shotgun. Ruziska back there with him. Sparrow's going to look to pass, throws it across the middle. He's got Conklin. Conklin's got a first down for the Magi up over the 40-yard line at the right hash.
Complete to number 11, Conklin.
And again there we see, Sparrow able to create, when the play breaks down a little bit. I thought the line for Minot High there did a great job of hold and serve there. I didn't get a number on the right tackle of that play, but just a bull rush there by, I believe it was Brennan Palmer for the Davies Eagles, and just, gave Sparrow enough time to make a nice play downfield.
Minot High spreads it out again here with some time remaining in our third quarter of football. Look out, Sparrow's going to be sacked on the play, is coming in. Luck was there.
Zach Lilly.
And Lilly comes in as well. The stop is made from Davies. That was a big stop for Fargo Davies as Minot High had some mojo working.
And something that we probably overlook, both sides of the ball. I think, less than 5% of the snaps tonight have been taken under center. Just the importance of that exchange, and these centers do a great job. And even if you get a little bit high in your release there, it costs them a big play.
Handoff here, Ruziska's forward. Oh boy, he was mugged. And Tyson Ruziska can't get anywhere. Davies shuts the door again.
Number 71, Bollinger with the tackle.
Bollinger makes the stop there.
And surprise, surprise, number 27, Elijah Hayes, in on the action as well there, Nick. What a football player. We were talking about him, when we were at break a little bit. Just what a well put together young man he is.
Davies is good. They also look big, they look mean, don't they? I think it's a fair assessment. From the shotgun again, Sparrow's back to pass. Sparrow's going to throw this one downfield up the sideline. He's got Conklin. Conklin's down into the red zone. Inside the 10 for Conklin from Sparrow, and here come the Magi.
And once again, a great play by Sparrow finding Conklin, but enough can't be said about the right tackle for Minot, Jacob Ryan there, the junior right tackle, holding the fort down for his quarterback there. Really, it might have been 64, might have been Joby Rysted there. Like I said, I should be wearing my glasses, but just, my dad's an offensive lineman, was on the practice squad at UND years ago, and he always says those offensive linemen don't get enough credit on plays like that. So credit to the Minot offensive line.
I would have to agree. Handoff's going to come here. Uh-oh, look out. Backman had nowhere to go as he was stood up in a quick hurry.
And correcting myself, that was Joby Rysted, number 64 for mine. Like I said, I should be wearing my glasses, but I'm not. They're sitting on my dresser at home, so a good spot for him. But Joby Rysted there, right tackle for mine. You know, that play that went for quite a ways for Conklin from Sparrow, but a lot of credit to him on that play, holding that defensive end back.
Rain starting to come down here at Fargo Davies High School, the football field that is home to the #1 team in the land. Minot had to travel about 4 hours today to come across the state. They have a run there, and put to the ground was Kinchin, and it's going to bring up a third down and a long 17, let's call it here for the Magi. Rain starting to come down here, Dave.
Third down and 16.
It continues to come down here in Fargo. Telling you what, these guys in the press box here at Fargo are about as hospitable as anybody. You just got a pair of glasses handed to you. I love it.
Absolutely. I don't know if it's my prescription, but.
Sparrow, corner of the end zone, trying to go over there to the corner for Fernandez. He went down to the ground. Chauncey Hendershot's on the field. He wants a call on the play. Hendershot saying, where's the pass interference? He's not going to get it, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, it looked like there, Nick, they might have just got their feet tangled up a little bit. Kind of a play where both kids' heads are in the air looking for the football there. You know, we don't have the benefit of replay on that, but I don't know if that was a catchable ball anyway. It's landed a few yards out of bounds, but big fourth down play for Minot here.
Here come the Magi. Fourth down with under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Sparrow throws it into the end zone. Tried to go to Kinchin, incomplete. And Davies takes the ball back over.
Sparrow's pass falls incomplete.
Luke Lorenz in the back of the end zone there. I believe a five defensive back look there for the Davies. So they're basically playing nickel, protecting that end zone. Would have been a really tough throw to get into space there by Sparrow, but not the worst thing in the world to turn the ball over to Davies at the 19-yard line. Now get your defense back in there and hopefully get a turnover on downs or something.
Well, the way that they have played defensively here tonight, Minot High certainly will take the defense back on the field at any point, I would have to assume, with how good they've been. And Davies certainly has some offensive threats. Here's Turnbow. He's going to make another sack here, and Caden Turnbow closes the door again on Claybo, and Claybo goes down hard as the big man Turnbow wrangles him up. Well, when you look at the scoring for Fargo Davies, Luck's got 36 points on the year in the form of 6 touchdowns. Claybo's got 4 touchdowns on the year. They haven't been shy when it comes to scoring. Minot High led in the scoring category this year here by Sparrow. Ruziska's got a few of his own as well. We'll get those numbers for you in just a moment. Thought I had them underneath my left hand. I did not. I apologize. Here's the run up the middle again, and Davies is going to carry the ball up, and another first down here for Fargo Davies as they move the chains again on the Minot High defense.
Number 27, Hayes with the first down.
Hayes has the first down, and he continues to run it.
That winning number tonight is 195.
Here's those numbers. 3 touchdowns through the air for Sparrow. Logan Conklin, 12 points on the year for him. Ruziska with 6, and Jaden Sparrow with 6. Minot High's been no stranger to finding the end zone either here in the early portions of 2022. Handoff again. Ball's run ahead forward for a gain on the play, brings up a second down, and Minot High will be putting the defensive stop up as Davies looks for 8 more yards on the second down and 8 back in Davies territory.
With a carry.
Got an update from you. Update for you from Mandan here tonight. All Mandan in the West Region showdown of the Cross River rivalry between the Braves from Mandan and St. Mary's. It's 28-0. Mandan, the number 3 ranked team in the state of North Dakota, flexing some muscle tonight on St. Mary's, who climbs back up to AA ball after being in the single-A state championship a year ago where they lost to Jamestown. And St. Mary's can certainly compete, but some of the big schools really have some muscle, and the numbers are obviously such a big factor.
Yeah, I mean, going back to when I was in high school, I believe St. Mary's, that was some of the last years that they played. Back then it was you had the AAA and the AA, and then their numbers got to the point where it made sense for them to drop down a level. So good to see them back up, but they've got a mountain to climb as far as teams to play.
Claybo's back to pass, rushed out of the pocket over on the right side, picks up a first down. And some more as Claybo runs it all the way up over the 45-yard line. We don't have the official stats up here in the booth, but what Mason Claybo's been able to do on the ground here today certainly has been impressive.
Very, very impressive with his feet, and I'm excited to see what he can do on the basketball floor. This good with a football. There's a reason he's a Division I basketball recruit too. So, very, very, and only a sophomore.
Just wait. I would have to assume that Minot High and Fargo Davies will probably, at some point, maybe match up at the end of the season again this year. It seems like they've been familiar with each other in the postseason for a few years now. How about this bomb down inside the 10? Make it inside the 15. As Ray Brown is downtown, and he's going to get the pass completed to him, and Ray Brown moves the chains big time. And Davies is inside the Serve Pro red zone.
And it wasn't bad coverage there by Anthony Brown, kind of out on an island there, and just out of the outstretched arms. I mean, you'll take that coverage as a coach, most days of the week. Just a really good throw by Claybo to get the ball up to his playmaker.
Davies knocking on the doorstep now. Wide out on the left side, one on the right, one on the backfield. Claybo's going to toss it corner of the end zone. Goes to Brown. He connects with him, and Brown's got the touchdown. Ray Brown from the corner of the end zone from Claybo. And Davies takes a 12-0 lead as Ray Brown goes up and gets that one big time.
And really a nice route there by Brown. Kind of ran a double move like he was going to go inside, and then kind of ran to the pylon in the corner. Not a whole lot that Zacharias Brown for Minot could do on that play. We kind of the bend but don't break Minot defense. Kind of broke it there, but a lot of time in the game here to see if they can get back into it.
Point after is going to be up and good. And Davies here in the third quarter with 3:32 remaining. Makes it a 13-0 ball game. Ray Brown from way out on the pass from Claybo. How about that play? 2-score lead here for Davies. 3:32 left here in quarter number 3. It's high school football here on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by...
Well, here come the Magi in the ensuing kickoff. It's Kinchin that was back, and he gets plastered there in a quick hurry.
Reverse. Tackled by number 7, Wermeyer.
Wermeyer comes up with the stop. By the way, Roger Ward Moving and Storage has proudly been serving the Magic City with helping them with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Find them online, RogerWardMovingandStorage.com. Schedule a move or find a quote. It's Roger Ward Moving and Storage. UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot is open Monday through Friday. They're open Saturdays as well. The UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. And don't forget, Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Vote for the Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's, again, a sub above. Try Jersey Mike's on North Broadway in Minot probably tomorrow. I do recommend it. Well, how about that play as Ray Brown went up from about 16 yards out Claybo threaded the needle to him, and he made it a 12-0 ball game. Point after was good, and Davies right now is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, just a really nice route from him, and I'm really impressed that they use him all over the field. Basically they lined him up on the right hash on that long pass play before, and then they send him out left. Kind of Brown kind of on an island for Minot, but made a nice route, made a nice play.
Across the middle, all the way up to midfield. That pass was intended for Minot High's Hunter Horner, but it was going to be incomplete.
For number 8, Hunter Horner, falls incomplete.
And a nice ball there by Sparrow. I mean, put it right where it needed to be. Would have been a really tough catch though for Horner, but great ball from the Minot quarterback.
Slight rain continues to come down here tonight at Fargo Davies football field. Make it under 3 minutes to play now here in the third quarter. 2-possession ball game with Davies on top 13-0. Sparrow's going to be tied up inside the 10 as he was hog-tied there. How about that play coming in hot pursuit was the big number 53, Brennan Palmer.
And we're told just a couple moments ago by the guys up here in the press box that he is an NDSU football recruit. So we'll be continuing his football career next year for the Bison.
Well, they've got a good one coming. He can obviously play, and he's got another sack to his resume here. Minot High forced to punt. Davies is going to get some excellent field position as this one is going to fall, take a Davies bounce all the way back inside the 20-yard line and into the Serve Pro red zone. Fargo Davies goes to start other fresh set of downs.
The wind must be swirling a little bit stronger than what we can tell in the booth here, Nick, because it looked like it looked like a strong kick off of his foot, but once it got up there into the atmosphere, looked like it kind of just kind of stalled there, and then of course had some spin on it, ended up going backwards. So great field position for Davies here, and let's see if Minot can bend but not break on defense.
One more here from Davies could almost be a dagger at this point in the ball game, it feels like. Elijah Hayes again barrels his way through. Look at this kid run in for the touchdown. You spell Hayes with a capital Hayes. That could be the highlight reel of the newspaper tomorrow. He gets in there in a quick hurry, and another one for him.
And Michael George for Minot, jumped up into the gap there and was in place to make the tackle, but you get a kid like that running downhill, puts his head down, and he's an extremely tough kid to tackle. And to his credit, after he broke that tackle, there was no doubt he was fine in the end zone.
Hayes punches it in, and boy, can he run. Fun to watch, isn't he? Through the uprights.
Extra point is good.
And that one's good.
1:40 remains in the third quarter. Eagles 20, Magicians 0.
20-0. Fargo Davies is on top as Elijah Hayes dances into the end zone. Didn't do it the easy way. The first 5 or 6 yards of that run certainly was like a bulldozer, and then he kind of pranced his way in.
Oh, and the kid just, what I'm really impressed about with him is he's just not afraid of contact. Like when he's playing linebacker, when he's playing fullback, the kid, you can tell the kid really enjoys the physical aspect of playing the game of football. So, that's one of those situations as a Minot linebacker or lineman, you run into him. That's you're going to have to pay the price to get that kid on the ground.
Davies is going to kick it off. Minot High will get the ball back. I don't want to be the most cliche broadcaster of all time, but how big is this possession for Minot High here?
Yeah, probably a must score. We'll probably take him into the fourth quarter here, but it seems like that last possession might have been, probably the worst one of the night for Minot. We can all probably agree. So, really, to get some momentum going, and I guess a three-score game right now. Limited possessions in the high school game, so. Cliche or not, probably time to get on the scoreboard.
Be a touchback here as that one's into the end zone, and then now Minot High will set up at their own 20-yard line. Well, Minot High led by Jaden Sparrow, the Quarterback for the Magi that will lead the Magi back out from the huddle here as the rain continues to come down. It's starting to pick up quite a bit now, Dave. As that football is going to be just a little bit slippery here in Fargo, as you can see in the lights. That rain's starting to continue to come down or go from a small drizzle maybe to a little bit more of a sprinkle now as Minot High has a first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Sparrow looks to pass, fires it out. He's got Conklin. Conklin makes a move. Now another Conklin off to the races all the way up to the 50-yard line. And Logan Conklin picks up a first down and then quite a bit more for the Magi.
Yeah, and that's what Minot's going to want to do. I mean, now is the time. I think Fargo Davies has done a great job of getting the ball to their playmakers. And I guess if you're Minot now a guy like Conklin, Kinchin, Ruziska, now's the time to let those kids get them the ball in some space and try to get the ball down the field.
Injured player on the field here for Fargo Davies. He's being attended to. We'll take a step aside. It is a 20-0 ball game. Fargo Davies on top of Minot here at the end of our third quarter.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Well, the Davies player is up and all right, walking off on his own power. Happy to see that as off to the sideline goes Jackson Greff here for Fargo Davies. Minot High will have a first down and 10. Turf field here in Fargo at Davies High School was put in 2 years ago. Used to be grass right here in the same location. Put the turf in 2 years ago, and we're happy they did, especially for situations like this when the rain continues to come down. Turf makes such a difference. It just certainly, if it was the old grass field here right now, there would be a lot of tide needed tomorrow, and a lot of footing would be slipping by the wayside here tonight. Second down and 10 here for the Magi. Never too early, never too late to start letting us know who you think tonight's MVP of this matchup should be here tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. Once again, Sport Clips brings you the MVP of the showdown here tonight. That happens in our Schatz Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Got a few on your mind right now. Who you think that could be?
Well, the young man that just made the tackle for Davies there, what I thought was a really well-designed screenplay for Minot, that might have went a little bit further there. I mean, just stepped up again. There's that number 27 again that stepped up and made a great tackle. When you're talking about the player of the game, he's the first one right away that jumped into my mind.
Low snap again. Sparrow's got it. He's across the middle. That one into the hands of Conklin. Then out. As that ball is going to be incomplete, and Conklin's slow to get up here for the Magi.
Ball's incomplete. Brings up 4th down and 7.
Davies certainly has some big boys on their lineup here tonight, and Conklin's a big kid himself, and maybe the air knocked out of him just a bit. He goes back over to the sideline to have a conversation there with his teammates.
And another nice play, another kid you could talk about for player of the game would be Luke Lorenz, number 4, playing in his safety spot, came up there and, put a good clean hit on Conklin to knock the ball away.
4th down situation, ball right at the 50-yard line for the Magi. They need something to happen and quick as they throw it over the middle. Intended for Horner, incomplete, and Davies takes over again with field position at the 50 on the dot. And Fargo Davies, as time wears thin here in the third quarter with 18 seconds remaining, we'll have a first down and 10, and they look to almost put a nail in the coffin here tonight.
Yeah, just a play there where Davies dialed up some pressure. I'm guessing Malachi Wehrmeyer might be the Coach Wehrmeyer's son. We'll confirm that up here, but they just brought him off the edge and didn't give Sparrow a whole lot of time to step up really into that throw and set his feet and make a good throw there.
Well, here's the Eagles that have outscored Minot High tonight 20-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Bomb downfield. They're going to Brown again. They've got him, and Brown's all the way down inside the 10. Hello, Ray Brown again. And Ray Brown putting his name in the hat for our MVP of the contest tonight as well.
And once again, Nick, not terrible coverage from Minot there, but just a situation where, you know, the Claybo made a perfect throw, you know, just, you know, put it right where the ball needed to be. You know, the kid doesn't have to break stride, and, you know, to his credit, the kid's running full speed and can pull a ball down like that. You know, pretty good athlete.
That's the end of the third quarter. And Davies can almost feel it right now. They lead 20-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. They'll have red zone field position when we come back here to Fargo on a rainy Friday night underneath the lights. Number 1 team in the state leads by 20.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Fargo Davies in the Serve Pro red zone as we start quarter number 4. The handoff to Hayes up the middle. He's going to punch his way down almost right to the plane of the goal line, but not quite. Hayes will come up just a bit short. Second down and goal here for Fargo Davies.
And again, Nick, you know, like really great conversation up here in the press box. I mean, of all the Division I football players that Fargo Davies is producing, you know, Coach Weremeyer, you know, his older son is a redshirt freshman for NDSU this year, so definitely their share of Division I talent.
Impressive. The numbers just keep coming through this program. Hayes is going to push and push. There goes Claybo over the top. Claybo's saying I gave him a little extra nudge at the end. Have the arms come up yet? Now they do. 26-0 Davies.
And, you know, credit to Minot there for, you know, putting up a fight at the goal line, but my goodness, when you have a kid like Hayes running and you've got him behind those big body, the center and the guards running downhill, you know, in a 20-0 ball game, you know, sometimes things may get away from you a little bit, but Minot really, you know, held strong at the goal line really as long as they could there.
Second touchdown of the night for Elijah Hayes.
The extra point is good.
And the extra point is good.
11-10 remaining in the
27-0
Eagles 27
in favor of Fargo Davies here tonight as Hayes punches that one in from 2 yards out again. And Fargo Davies has the route on the West Region #1 seed right now, Minot High. It's a 27-0 ball game here on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Davies really moving and grooving. Minot gets the ball back to see if they can put some points on the board when we come back here to Fargo.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships. I love working with people. We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
And finally,
Fargo Davies in the driver's seat with the cruise control on. The window's probably not down tonight as the rain is out in full force. It was almost an onside kick. I don't know if that was intentional, Dave, or not.
You know, a really nice play by Braden Nelson there for Minot. I don't know if he had any other choice but to catch the ball there. It was right up under his chin strap, and he kind of fell on it right away. Some good, maybe Davies just trying to squib something so Minot can't get a long return off. But I guess nice play by Braden there, getting his hands on the ball that was coming with some velocity there from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that would have been a good one to have mic'd up, eh?
No.
I wonder what was said underneath that helmet. What is this? First down and 10 for the Magi from their own 45, make it 46-yard line. Sparrows back to pass again. Throws it across the middle. He's got Conklin to the house. He's going to dance at the 10, 5 touchdown.
Sparrow's pass complete to number 11.
Sparrow to Conklin, and the top duo in the West region connects here. Minot High puts 6 on the board in Fargo.
Yeah, and really just a great throw and a great pattern there for Minot. The safety stepped up. I don't know if he mistimed it there, but, credit to Conklin catching the ball in space there. And from that point, catching the ball and really accelerating. And, apparently when he gets into some space, nobody's going to catch him.
Number 25, J.J. Guffner.
Conklin's third touchdown of the season from Sparrow. Duffner on to kick that one through the uprights. The goaltender for the soccer team, the kicker for the Minot High football team. And he's got 7 now on the board for the Magi as the point after was good. Well, Minot High's got some mojo now. They still trail by 20 here with 13. Make it 10:57 left here in quarter number 4. It's North Dakota High School football here on the PSP Network.
He has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Well, we exchanged touchdowns and onside kicks here as Minot High does the same thing. Davies recovers it. Davies will have a first down and 10 coming here from their own 44-yard line as time is continuing to wear through the hourglass here tonight. Davies leads 27-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. It's BNC National Bank. They provide you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. BNC National Bank. Well, up the near sideline, and another nice run coming here is again, Luke Lorenz picks up more yardage to his stat line here tonight. He opened the scoring back in the first quarter, and Lorenz dances it ahead forward. And it brings up a second down and 1 on the 9-yard gain. There are the first.
And maybe a situation here where the Minot defense has been on the field a long time in this game. And, as a Minot fan, you're happy that they get on the board, but they scored so quick that now you put the defense back on the field. And like I said, they've had their fair share of snaps against them tonight.
Handoff again. Same play call. Lorenz has it up the near sideline. Lorenz has some more. And another first down here for Fargo Davies.
And, we talked about what Ray Brown has done, as far as receiving-wise for the Eagles tonight. And, I'm impressed with his motor downfield blocking as well. The kid just, whether he's catching the ball or whether he's blocking downfield, from his receiving position, the motor is always going for him. Really, really impressive football player.
You think about what they have on the table here tonight and the athletes that Davies has put forward in the showdown. Claybo comes to mind. Palmer comes to mind. Hayes comes to mind. Brown comes to mind. There's so many here that have been so good tonight. Fargo Davies is the real deal. This one bombed downfield. Does Brown have another one? Ray Brown into the end zone. Touchdown.
Ray Brown. First down, Eagles.
4-yard line. Looks like he might have went out at the 4-yard line there, Nick. Didn't quite get into the end zone. Our view is kind of blocked off here too. So, folks, Nick is running the camera as well. I'm really impressed with how well he's doing this here. Like I'm just along for the ride, but no, the view is cut off there. He did go out at the 5-yard line. But
I heard you saying 4. I wasn't sure what you were. I couldn't quite figure out what you were saying. Now it all makes sense. On a bounce at the 4-yard line, Ray Brown had the chance to get in, just couldn't quite get there, but they do now, and Davies tucks it in as Luke Lorenz puts another one as he crosses the plane of the goal line.
And that's about the 3rd or 4th time that drive we saw that play. Just going to the well, putting him in motion, bringing him in from almost that wing spot over, on the left side of the line, putting him in motion and just, running downhill to his right. He is really, really effective. And that Minot defense, the bend it don't break mentality. Now they've given up 27 points in the second half here. So, things getting a little bit. Snuck it in the end zone there. I thought they might have had a chance to block it. But things getting maybe a little bit dire for the Minot defense here with how much they've been on the field tonight.
34-7, Davies on top. Ray Brown takes him deep all the way. I thought that he was in the end zone. Into my blind spot he went. He's out at the 4. Luke Lorenz tucks it in. Got ourselves a 34-7 ball game.
And honestly, again there, Nick, I didn't think it was bad coverage by Anthony Brown, the counterpart from Minot. I mean, there's been a couple completed passes tonight where Anthony Brown could say, God, what else do I have to do, Coach? I'm right there with him. And, the kid's just a really good football player, was able to make that adjustment when the ball is in the air and come down with a completion.
Sometimes when you go head-to-head like that, Dave, sometimes you just get beat by a player. And tonight, Anthony Brown certainly has done that. He's been very good in this contest here tonight. We're going to have a heck of a hard time making a pick for a player of the matchup here tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, we might have to ask the guys here, the Davies representatives here in the press book. let these guys pick. They've watched these guys all year long. I'm sure it's a couple different for them every night they play.
Well, the onside happened last time. Will they do it again? They do, and it's going to be recovered here by Fargo Davies as it crosses the 10 yards that it needed to go, and Davies gets the ball back. They're not taking the foot off the gas pedal by any means here tonight, as that QRF means everything when it comes to tournament time, or playoff time rather, and Davies really continuing to drive the nail into the coffin.
Right, just a really well-timed play there from, there's Lorenz again. He does everything for him. A nice play there where, kind of the up back for Minot there might have got caught a little bit, with the stars and the bright lights in his eyes, like, oh, I'm not supposed to catch this, really, really nice play there for Davies onside kick. And like you said, they're not taking their foot off the gas pedal at all.
First down and 10, under 10 to play here in the ball game. Stick around for our Schatz Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show here tonight. We'll have a full recap of this one. Plenty to talk about. Score recap. We'll have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. We'll also have our MVP of the contest brought to you by Sport Clips. Tell you what, 6-0 at the end of the first half here tonight. Davies on top. And a complete different tale of two tapes here, the first and second half of football.
Yeah, and just, you brought it up, just taking care of the football. I mean, in the first half, if they don't fumble it and, cough it up in the red zone and down in Minot's end, we're probably talking about a 2 or 3 score game at halftime.
Handoff again here. Forward it comes for Lorenz, and Lorenz has another nice carry.
The ball carrier.
Looks like a couple.
Looks like, I'm sorry, Nick. Looks like Davies has got a new quarterback in the game as well. Junior Gage Brewer now in at quarterback as Claybo is out of the game.
(34-7) the lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Probably to be expected. Late to the contest like this. Get some reps for some of the younger talent. 3rd down and 8 here for Davies. Minot side of the 50-yard line. Not going to rest Lorenz yet. Lorenz fumbled it on the handoff there. Lorenz is going to pick it back up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
brings up a 4th down.
Well, about the 15 or 16th time that they've run that play, and that finally turned up for a negative on that play. So it looks like Davies is going to go back to punt here with just under 8 minutes left in the game.
MVP of the matchup might be whoever's in this Eagle outfit. They're still working it here tonight, Dave. You got to appreciate that, don't you? Good coverage on the punt, but this one's going to be towered all the way down into Minot High territory. Takes a Davies roll all the way down to the 11-yard line. And everything has been cooking on all cylinders here tonight for Fargo Davies. They have Minot High deep in their own territory.
Yeah, nice Davies roll there. Minot tried to bring some pressure, just weren't able to get to the kick in that time. And just, really, if Rosiska fields that punt, he doesn't have a whole lot of his buddies back there helping him out. So, probably the right idea to let that thing bounce and, live to play another down.
34-7, Fargo Davies on top of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 6-0 at the end of the first half tonight. Davies was in the driver's seat then. They've never looked back in the showdown. Ranked number 1 in the state of North Dakota. They're number 1 in the East region right now. Here's a pass to the outside. And Minot High is going to be close to moving the chains there. Is
pass complete to number 17, Caden Kraft.
Caden Kraft will reel it in off of the pass coming from Jaden Sparrow.
8-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 2.
2nd and 2 here for the Magi. 2 wideouts on the right, 1 on the left. Handoff here to Rosiska. Rosiska's got a 1st down and more. He's up over midfield. Now he dances all the way up to about the 40-yard line. And Tyson Rosiska's got the 1st down as he carries the Magi out to midfield.
And what you like to see in one of your athletes there, no give up. Keep running downhill. It's you only get to play so much high school in your, so much football in your high school career. So you might play hard to the end.
1st down and 10 for the Magi. Sparrow over here to the near side. He's got Kinchin. Kinchin cuts here at the 45, trying to get up to the 50. He's going to be swamped there by a handful of Davies Eagles. And it brings up a 2nd down now for the Magi.
Kamani Davis with the tackle.
2nd down and about 2 to go here for Minot High. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. Never too early, never too late to tweet at us at Network PSP and let us know who you think tonight's MVP of the matchup should be. Hunter Horner's open. He's got it here. He's up over the 45, almost down to the 40-yard line. And a 1st down for the Magicians as the chains continue to move here, but it's too little too late for the maroon and gold.
And yet again there you see a play where the Conklin's downfield block and, I mean, down by 27 points, but still playing the game the right way. Minot's working against some of Davies, 2nd and 3rd teamers here, so hopefully Minot can push one into the end zone, but everyone's still playing.
Sparrow completes it to Kinchin. Kinchin's gonna cross it back over, picks up, let's call it 5 on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 5. Planning Team Financial Advisors and our friends at Schatz Crossroads bring you the postgame tonight. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farmer business succession, let Planning Team Financial Advisors help you in achieving your financial goals. Visit them online, planningteam.com. Brzezinski's on the run. Hauled up, but he's close to the first down marker. It's going to be a third down and 1.
Jack Brendan.
That was Broderick, on the carry.
I kind of threw Nick a curveball there. I was noting I hadn't seen Broderick for Minot tonight, so I my fault on that one. I was trying to point out, Nick, on my score here that I hadn't seen Broderick carry the ball at all. So I was just Nick's doing 5 different things here, and I'm throwing him curveballs.
No, I love it. I love having you here. This one tossed downfield. That one's incomplete. We're happy to have you folks aboard here tonight. No, good call. He hasn't, and he's been a key player for Minot High on the season. One that we've seen quite a bit in this early portion of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I in some of the other broadcasts, the Mandan game and even the Century game, I saw him play a big part. And, we haven't called his number tonight, and I, honestly, I kind of forgot about him. Like, where's the kid that we were hammering up the middle against other teams? So must be some injury or.
Brzezinski slammed to the ground. Yeah, the lightning bolt and the Brahma Bowl, the 1-2 punch in the backfield for Minot High. You're right.
First down.
Turnover on downs, and Davies is going to get the ball back. Gives us an opportunity to talk about Schatz Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Order online, SchatzCrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome at Schatz Crossroads. Got to ask you, your favorite, your go-to at Schatz Crossroads, what do you go with?
Oh, the cinnamon rolls.
Those are good, aren't they?
Without question. Without question.
I love it. I'm a ham and cheese balls guy to start. Anything in the middle, doesn't matter what the meal is. And then if I'm really feeling it, then I'll get a piece of banana cream pie at the end, too. And that really is out of this world, man, let me tell you. Final from Mandan tonight. The Braves take down St. Mary's 34-0. Flag on the play here on the first down and 10 for Fargo Davies. Fans are starting to make their way to their vehicles here tonight to get out of the slight drizzle that's coming down here tonight. Davies is going to improve to a record on the year of 4-1, but it's going to drop to 3-2. We knew that Davies was for real, judging by the media polls and the numbers that they've put up on the season. They lost to Mandan in their opener this season out in Mandan. Since then, they've been a buzzsaw. And speaking of buzzsaws, it doesn't get much easier for Minot High from here. They host West Fargo Cheyenne next Friday night at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, a game that we'll have on the PSP network for you. Game time scheduled for 7:30 next Friday night, 7 o'clock pregame show. And the Magi really have a draw in the middle of the season here against two of the top teams in the state.
Right, yeah, nothing. No. The schedule makers on that one, given probably the two best teams in North Dakota, the Davies Eagles, on the road at Davies, and then come back and lick your wounds a little bit. And then you've got a Cheyenne Mustang team, the defending state champions that have been in the state championship game the last, I don't know, at least 3 years. So no time for the weary for Minot, no rest for the weary.
Oh, the quarterback keeper, it's a head forward.
Number 10, Brewer, up the middle.
And Brewer's got a handful on the gain here. Brings up a third down for Fargo Davies.
Wood, the tackle.
34-7, all Davies here tonight to the second half of football. Minot High's defensive front in the first half was really kind of the storyline, and some of those penalties for Davies were also the Achilles heel at the break. They certainly had the conversation on the X's and O board, and whatever was said to him in the locker room with Wehrmeyer, it obviously worked because Davies has been a different team here in the second half, and they have executed with an exclamation point here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very well-coached team, as you can see. Just like you said, I mean that word buzzsaw. We like to use it when we're referring to their hockey team last year too. But they just very, very well orchestrated offensively when everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. When they don't turn the ball over, that's a really tough offense for anyone to stop, and really, really tough in the trenches.
When your defense is on the field for as many minutes as they have been here tonight, Minot High, that is, It's not going to be easy, certainly, when you come down the stretch, and that's where we're at right now, and that's why Davies leads 34-7 with 3 minutes right now on the dot to play here in the ball game.
Tackle on the play by number 32.
I can't quit thinking about Schatz Crossroads. The breakfast is good. I'm just like just 2 eggs over easy, sausage patties, white toast buttered, hash browns with cheese.
You're making me hungry here, Nick.
I'm telling you. Schatz Crossroads, 252 bypass east and Minot. If you're there from an opposing school, team buses are always welcome. Look out, there's some pressure in the pocket. The sack is made from the Magi.
There's an example of your second stringers in the way and a kid running the wrong direction on a play, and a kid takes a bit of a hit. A play that you like to see at the end. You don't like to see it, but it's a play that you see a lot at the end of these games. So I do want to say, Nick, a lot of my fellow co-workers from the West Fargo events crew tuning in tonight, watching me. My boss, Mike Amundsen, has been texting me, so I better throw his name in there for have some co-workers following along the broadcast. I got in trouble during hockey when I didn't mention any of them, so I am mentioning them tonight. They are all watching, following along on your broadcast.
Well, great to hear that Mike is tuned into the broadcast tonight. Mike, send us your vote for who you think the MVP of the broadcast or for the game should be. Who is it here tonight? Because Dave and I are going to need some help with that one. I'm telling you, too many kids from Fargo Davies that are really lined up in a row, and you could go any direction here tonight with the amount of talent that we've seen from Davies, the amount of offensive threats and defensive big plays we've seen tonight. That's going to be the hardest pick we've had so far on the season. We'll do that in the Schatz Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame. High snap, gets past the quarterback, all the way back. Minot High is going to have a chance on the recovery here, and they will. They're going to take that one inside the 20-yard line. And now with under 1 minute 1 remaining here in the ball game, it's important for Minot High right now to put more points on the board. The way that QRF system works takes your strength of schedule, the amount of points that you score, every stat aspect into consideration where they rank you across the state. And that QRF is going to come into play when it comes time for playoff seeding at the end of the year. So for Minot High to put 6 more on the board here really is quite important.
Yeah, I guess, at the end here, another touchdown. I guess you could call it style points at this juncture of the game, 34-14 versus 34-7. But like I said, with the formula being used, not a bad idea to have more points by your name at the end of the game.
Beat around as the quarterback. Minot High looking for some more points here. They trail 34-7. That's a high snap over the head of Beater and back to retrieve. Minot High is going to get the football back, is falling on top of it for the Magi. Was
covered by number 19, Sean Small.
Number 19, Sean Smalls.
Well, like we said, Nick, we got a lot of the second teamers in there, and I don't know if I've ever seen back-to-back snaps over the quarterback's head like we just saw the past couple plays.
Second down from the shotgun again, and another high snap for Beater, and Beater's going to be in trouble. Look out, he's going to be pushed back all the way up to the 40-yard line, and the Davies defense big here on Minot High.
Beater sacked on the play.
17 seconds to tick away. That should do it tonight here from Fargo. Planning Team Financial Advisors and Schatz Crossroads postgame show comes up. We'll have the full recap and breakdown of the matchup here tonight. Minot High is going to try for one more play. Is that right? They will. Beater's going to fall back to pass, throws it downfield across the middle, incomplete. And that's how it ends here tonight as Fargo Davies shows why they're ranked number 1 in all the land. The Davies Eagles come up with a primetime victory tonight over the Magi from Minot High. We'll come back and break this one down for you live from Fargo, North Dakota in just a moment here on the PSP Network. We'll have the full recap, our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips, and we'll also have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. It all happens next. The Schatz Crossroads Planning Team Advisors postgame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll break it down when we come back to Fargo.
Hi guys, what can I get you guys today? I don't know what to order.
Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa! What is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead-gum meal here at Schatz Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall-darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Schatz is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude. The truth is, there's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid, whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right. I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I take a caramel roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Could be gone at the 40. He's got one man to beat, and he is gone. How about that for an answer? 92-yard kickoff return, just like he did a couple times during the regular season. Hopefully gives St. Mary's the lead right back.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, the hospitality here at Fargo, fantastic here tonight as they got the music pumping here to get us on out of here tonight after the showdown, after Fargo Davies takes care of Minot High tonight. Final score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard here tonight. Again, Davies takes care of Minot by a score of 34-7. Nick Holberg and Dave Wilson on the call here tonight. Thank you, Dave. Dave, obviously a tale of two halves here tonight. Does 6-0 at the end of one here tonight to 34-7 at the end of two. Davies really showed what kind of muscle they have here tonight. There's no doubt that they deserve to be in the conversation for one of the top teams in the state of North Dakota.
Absolutely, and just the guys that we had talked about before the game, the Claybo, the Lorenz, the Hayes, the guys that play a big role for them, Bullinger on the line, and number 53 Brennan Palmer headed to NDSU next year. They're big kids, played really well, and they are a tough football team, and they are going to be a tough out for anyone who gets to play them for the rest of this season and into the playoffs. Very, very deserving of that number 1 ranking, in my opinion.
How about Minot High from here? They're ranked number 5. They get beat up a little bit here tonight by this good Davies football team. They have West Fargo Cheyenne next week. For the Magi, what do you think Chauncey Hendershot's big message is after tonight's game, moving towards next week, where it doesn't get any easier taking on the Mustangs?
Right. Well, and I hate to be too cliche, but it's a big thing is going to be turn the page. You can't spend too much time thinking. You played a pretty good football team with some Division I talent on it. It's turn the page. No one's going to feel sorry for you. It's important to get back in, into practice on Monday and in the film room, and look at some things that they can maybe correct. Offensively, maybe figure out a way to sustain some drives to keep that defense off the field. A positive would be how the defense played in that first half. And, in the second half, Davies playmakers made plays, and you're on the field a lot. And, that's what's going to happen when you're on the field for, such a large volume of the football game. So, some positives to think about, turn the page and just, work on sustaining some drives, because that Cheyenne Mustang team they play next week's got some Division I talent on it as well, and they like to run the football downhill on you and spread you out a little bit. So just another test for the Magi, but one to be excited about. I believe it's homecoming next week for Minot, so get excited, get out and support the Magi next Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one next Friday. We'll have the call for you on the PSP Network. I love the concert they're having here at Fargo Davies after the victory tonight. They're celebrating here as they got that music cranking here in the press box here tonight. It is our Schatz Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Schatz Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Their menu includes that number 99. Order online, SchatzCrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome at Schatz Crossroads. And Planning Team Financial Advisors is a great place, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. It's Planning Team Financial Advisors. Find them online, planningteam.com. Recap of the showdown tonight between number 1 Davies, number 5 Minot High. Davies got things started in the first half here tonight, 7:48 to be exact remaining in the first quarter. It was Luke Lorenz from 2 yards out that made it 2-0. And Davies carried that made it 6-0. I'm sorry. Davies carried that 6-0 lead all the way into the second half, where they scored at 3 minutes 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 17-yard pass, and guess who? Claybo sets up Ray Brown, and Brown dances in to make it 13-0. Then with 1:40 left, it was Hayes that powers his way through. Man, that kid can run, and the yards after the initial tackle really are the storyline for that young man, and he had plenty of those here tonight. He made it 20-0, and then moments later he made it 27-0 when he scored his second touchdown of the ball game, this time from 2 yards out. Into the fourth quarter we'd go, and Logan Conklin connected on a big bomb coming from Sparrow, and Minot High got on the board to make it 27-6, but too little too late as Luke Lorenz adds the dagger later in the fourth quarter to make it 34-7. There is your game reset, brought to you tonight by Schatz Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Long night here tonight at Fargo Davies for anyone in maroon and gold, and a long trip back, including for yours truly here. So we're going to buzz through the post-game show here tonight. Let's hop right into our move of the game, brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage and Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers brings you the move of the game here tonight. If you're a Minot, that's Roger Ward. Tonight's move of the game is brought to you by Jobbers and Roger Ward. They're here to help you move across town or across the country with locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online, jobberswarehouse.com. It's your Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. Where do you even go from here with the highlights that we saw from Fargo Davies tonight? Is there one that stands out for you, or was it really those 5 or 6 gentlemen with all their highlights tonight?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it would be a disservice to pick one from, from Hayes, and then, to take one away from, Ray Brown as well, receiving wise. The number of plays that he made downfield. You know, you could pick 5 or 6 plays. You know, not doing it a service to any of those kids. I guess the play that I really liked was, you know, Hayes touchdown, where that yards after contact play, where, you know, just the Minot linebacker really came in and filled the gap well, and he just put his head down, and you know, then after he broke that tackle, seamed into the end zone, and maybe that was a play that kind of broke the spirit of Minot. But you know, in the next possession, they're going 60 yards down the field with Ray Brown, which was another backbreaker as well. So that, like you said, a handful of really nice, you know, plays by the Eagles that really kind of broke the spirit of Minot in the second half.
Yeah, I like where your head's at for our move of the game, because once that spirit was broken, you could see the deflation from the maroon and gold here tonight, and you can really see it on the other side, and that momentum carry on for Fargo Davies. There's your moves of the game here tonight. Time for the final order of business on tonight's broadcast in our Schatz Crossroads Planning Team Financial postgame show. How do you pick this one? It's time for our Sports Clips MVP of the game here tonight. Tonight's MVP of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. Sports Clips is home to the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. Now for tonight's matchups MVP. Well, I'm not going to put all the pressure on you. I don't think that would be fair tonight. Do you have one that you would go with to put the name in the hat here tonight?
Well, I do have to, Nick, before we get to the one. Honorable mention goes to the Eagle for the halftime performance. The second honorable mention goes to the gentleman up here in the press box tonight. Extremely professional, excellent to talk to. I mean, great all night. They took really good care of us. The one gentleman even now offered me glasses when I said I forgot mine, and you know, they've got us, you know, they got us water after the game. You know, really nice guys. You know, honorable mention to those guys. But
agreed.
I would. I guess I'll throw out Ray Brown. I mean, just the job he did receiving. And, you know, and some pretty good coverage by, you know, in some situations, good coverage by Minot. I'll select him, but if you pick Elijah Hayes, I'll trust you on that one.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going was Hayes or Brown. But man, I mean, you talk about Claybo and you talk about Palmer and you talk about so many other guys that it could be for them tonight. But the two that really stood off the paper to me tonight were Hayes along with Ray Brown. I think a split Sports Clips MVP of the matchup tonight is probably doable here in Fargo. That's how we'll do it. Sports Clips brings you dual MVPs tonight. Elijah Hayes and Ray Brown tonight as Davies takes care of Minot High 34-7. Dave, closing thoughts from you tonight after we haven't seen you on the PSP network since state hockey last year. It was a ton of fun working with you as always, my friend.
Right, yeah, and actually I want to thank you for the opportunity, you know, to do football. I mean, really, you know, nice to be up here. You know, really the behind the scenes. You know, if anyone hasn't seen what you know, what Nick really does here for an entire broadcast, I mean, it is really sensational to be able to pick kids' numbers up while manning the camera and the computer up here. I am just in awe of everything that he does here while carrying me through the broadcast. So a big pat on the back for you there. But no, really a lot of fun, and you know, love your broadcast of Minot High sports. You know, football, volleyball. You know, and we're talking about the winter season, getting into basketball and hockey. So you know, keep them coming.
The tip will be in the mail, Dave. I appreciate the compliment tonight. I had a blast working with you, my friend. As always, looking forward to hockey season to get some more games with you, especially state tournament and WDA tournament time, possibly. We'll be in contact about that without a doubt. My closing thoughts tonight, Davies is for real. Look out if you're in North Dakota AA football. They are the team to beat without a doubt. They've got the guns and the weapons to do it. Davies is for real. They're ranked number 1 for a reason, and they're only going to continue to get better as this season continues. Minot High, ranked number 5. Well, we'll see how they rebound and respond with West Fargo Cheyenne next Friday night, a game that we'll have the call of on the PSP network. Big thanks to everybody once again here in Fargo for the hospitality. Great job to everybody involved. Fun football game tonight. More fun in the first half for the Maroon and Gold. Not as much in the second, but if you're a fan of Davies in the second half, certainly this one was worth the price of admission. Lights are going down here at Fargo Davies High School football field, so we better set it aside as well. For Mr. Dave Wilson, I'm Nick Holberg, signing off from Fargo tonight on the BNC Bank National Scoreboard. Davies 34, Minot High 7. Until next week on the PSP Network, have a good night and God bless. This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by